Well, here I am at this parking area just off the Check Avenue, and it's a fish and wildlife parking area, and it hasn't been plowed. This is where I left off last fall when I walked the Chaffee Creek segment and part of this 39-mile connecting route between Chaffee Creek and the John Muir segment. And I'll be coming to the east and west bifurcation a little ways down the road, so let's take a look at that. Here's Check Avenue where I came from last time, and I'll be heading down this way. It was a long winter waiting between the last hike and this one, but looks like spring is close enough. We're going to call it close enough to start this spring hike. So in case you're not familiar with it, the eastern and western bifurcation of the Ice Age Trail came about when they were formulating the idea for the trail and figuring out what route they wanted to take or use for the trail. And there were two schools of thought. One was more a western route, and one was more an eastern route in this particular part of the trail. And rather than go with one side or the other, they decided just to set the trail up with the bifurcation. So the trail basically comes to a junction and goes two different ways at one point, and then meets up later. And these routes are roughly what the route of the trail would be if it was actually there, but most of it is currently connecting route or road walk in between trail segments. So if you're trying to hike the whole trail and you're going to want to have credit for walking the whole trail, you're going to want to pick one of these bifurcations to take. You don't have to hike them both. You can just pick the one you want. And I've picked the eastern one. Both bifurcation routes have segments on them. The western one has the Baraboo segment on it, and I think that's the only one that's on the western bifurcation. On the eastern bifurcation, there's the John Muir segment, and then there's also the Portage Canal segment, and I think the Sauk Point segment. Anyway, both bifurcations meet up again at on the Devil's Lake segment. Now you can try and figure out which way is shorter, and of course each of them is about 85 miles, but that's the suggested route. On a connecting route, you're just walking on roads, and you can still get credit for that walk if you take a different route than is suggested in the atlas, but you just have to make sure you have your steps connecting between trail segments. I've decided for the route I'm going to take, I'm going to deviate from what the atlas suggests for a route, and it's going to save me some miles. So as we get to that, I'll describe that. So right now I'm on Check Avenue here. There's the parking area, and I'm at County Road CH. Now if I continue on Check Avenue, I'll come to where the western bifurcation keeps going west and the eastern bifurcation starts to cut south. But I'm going to cut out this and this by going straight down this way and down towards Westfield. So this is Check Avenue, and at the intersection of County Road CH. And the suggested route is straight ahead, and about less than a mile ahead is where the east and west bifurcations separate, go their separate ways. And I'm going to turn south here and cut off a couple miles doing it this way. So this is the route I've selected. Got about 9.3 miles I'm going to walk today down to the town of Westfield. It's about 40 degrees and maybe about an 8-mile-an-hour wind from the, what would that be, southwest. So it's kind of coming at me like this. The sun is pretty bright today, so I might have to put, got a hoodie that comes up and I can put it so it's like over the brim of the hat, and that'll help me a lot. So let's see how it goes. The road walks aren't too bad if you're prepared for them. The surface is still, you know, it's either pavement like this, or if there's a car coming I can just run off to the side here, and this is easy to walk on. Or I might just want to walk on this the whole time. The scenery's pretty good. I mean, look at the nice pine, young pine forest and oak in there, and beautiful agricultural lands. So I do enjoy the road walks. So I got a long way to go. Let's get to it. Beautiful pine forest right in here. And I believe down here coming to Chaffee Creek again. Somebody's been riding a horse along here. Look at this cool little birdhouse. Kind of beat up, but I'm sure it could be a good home for somebody for the summer. So I'm not sure what we got here. Is that like an underground church, or church burnt down, they kept the steeple, or I think the steeple would have burned if the church did, so I don't think that's it. Let's see what it says. The site of Emmanuel Lutheran Church, and that was until 1995, I guess. Yeah, 1878 to 1995, Springfield Township. Well, it's a very nice looking cemetery, and looks like the pastor's house survived. So it's a good legacy. Looks very nice. Looks like the creek is flowing pretty good with all the meltwater. Look at how that creek meanders back there. Wow, cool. I got about 2.5 miles to go today to get into Westfield, so I better get to it. This road is Duck Creek Road Avenue, and that's where the designated route is for the connecting route. Looks like there's a buggy sign up there. That must be Amish people living back there. But I figure by going the way I did, I saved almost 2 miles. And it's been kind of busy like a highway, but people are pretty respectful. So it hasn't been too bad. There's plenty of shoulder to step off on. So I'll continue on this County Road CH for a while. I think at some point it changes to M. I don't know if it crosses a county line or what the difference is, or CH turns off, M comes on. I don't know. But pretty much goes straight here to straight south to Westfield. And at some point up ahead, the designated or suggested route turns off and heads east towards Montello. It goes quite a ways off a straight line that way, so that's why I'm going to just continue going south on my own route to Packwaukee tomorrow. And I think that shortcut will save me probably 10 miles, so that's great. 8 miles, I don't know what it is, but substantial. I think that route that I just showed you that came off that Duck Creek Road or whatever it was, that goes up to the Chaffee Creek natural area, so it's a little nicer than walking the highway here, or the county road. And also there's parking at that Chaffee Creek's natural area, so if you're doing like a bike shuttle or something and you're doing less miles, it might pay to go that way. This road here, I wouldn't suggest riding a bike on it, because as you can see, it's be a little dicey. Well, I was just talking about how I wouldn't want to ride a bike on this road just a minute ago, and here comes somebody riding a bike on this road. I guess that's their choice. Fortunately, people go way around them, but if you got cars coming both ways, then what? You gotta hope that one of them will slow down so that the other one can pass before they go around you. Well, that guy on the bike stopped and talked to me. I didn't ask him if I could video him, so I didn't mess with that while I was talking to him. But he sounds like he's a local. He had a bag of something with him and said he's been riding the road here for about a year, so he's used to it. Well, it's nice to talk to the locals once in a while too. Well, I'm lucky I checked my paper map, because it says the suggested route turns here on 6th Court, and CH or M kind of goes not in a straight path to Westfield, but this 6th Court turns left here just shortly ahead and goes straight into Westfield. So I'll save some time off of the county road, and I won't have to deal with the traffic either. So that's a good deal. I'm glad I didn't miss that. So I'm just coming into Westfield here, and I noticed a whole bunch of deer back in here, and they kind of ran away, but you might still be able to see in there some deer. There it is. They're gonna look at me. Alright, let's finish this. Okay, so I made it to Westfield.